Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the career progress contact missions. Alright, in particular, I want to give you guys some tips and tricks, some helpful hints on how to complete these and get these knocked out for the career progress. Alright, now as you see here, with the contact missions, they're all pretty much going to be the same in regard to the challenges. Of course, the contact missions are going to be different themselves, but the criteria for completing all of the tiers 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to be the same. So while I do want to make separate videos for each group of contact missions, I also want to give you this general overall guide on how to get these knocked out and how to get these completed so you can unlock some really cool awards. In this video, I'm going to focus on the tier 4 challenges because all of the other tiers 1, 2, and 3 are basically just leading up to the tier 4 challenges. So if you go for all of the criteria that complete tier 4, you're going to basically complete all of the tier 1, 2, and 3 challenges as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Alright, for the tier 4 challenges, they're going to be the same for all the contact missions. Complete all of the actual missions on hard difficulty without using snacks or armor. Complete all of the missions while taking less than 50% damage. And then complete all of the missions with over 80% accuracy. So in this video, I'm going to be focusing on those 3 portions of the criteria and those 3 challenges right there. And then that's basically going to help you guys successfully complete all of the tiers for each contact mission cluster. Alright, so before we go any further, make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you guys don't miss out on any future content like this, some live streams, money guides, tutorials, all that good stuff. Alright, and if you enjoy this video, make sure you guys drop a like. Okay, so first things first that I want to mention, all of these can be done solo. Now, is it going to be more challenging? Obviously. And when you do these with friends, it does make it more efficient and it's, more fun. You got some people to hang out with. But yes, these all can be done solo, and all of these tactics, tips, and tricks can all be applied as a solo player. Well, most of them anyways. Alright, now there's something that's going to be very important if you're doing this with friends. It's the active passive player strategy. And basically what this means is that part of the team will be PTO or playing the objective. They will be the active players basically completing the mission, allowing the 2 passive players to kind of just sit back and accomplish a lot of the different tier challenges and get those knocked out. And then basically you'll swap those roles and the passive players become more active. And this is a very good strategy of knocking out most of those challenges with the least amount of attempts on these missions. However, from experience, even though if you use this strategy, you'll still have maybe a few missions that don't have every single challenge ticked off. So just keep that in mind and make sure you monitor your progress. And then you and your team can figure out which particular challenges have not been ticked off, and you can clean that up. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the first criteria category. Hard difficulty, no snacks or armor. So the armored Kuruma is going to be your best friend with a lot of these, alright, with all of them really. And make sure that your personal vehicles are called and spawned before you start these missions. That way they'll already be there for you, because sometimes you cannot call the mechanic once you already get this mission going. Alright, so go ahead and get whatever vehicles you need out and ready to go, and I would definitely recommend the armored Kuruma overall. Now, you may want to purge your snacks and armor. Basically, you might just want to get rid of them. That way you don't accidentally, while you're in these missions, equip snacks or armor. So that'll definitely help out. In the pre-mission menu, that armor is okay to use. You can apply that. It will not take away from this particular challenge. The SWAT van, in some of these missions, you can get into a SWAT van. It'll give you armor. That is okay as well. It will not void that particular attempt. However, do not add any armor from your inventory, obviously, right? And do not pick up any armor during the mission, because there'll be several missions where armor will be laying around, and you just be very cautious of that and do not pick any of those up. And then, of course, just make sure that, you have the actual mission on hard difficulty. Make sure you set it to hard. That should be a no-brainer, but, it can mess up your progress and make everyone kind of start over and just waste time. So keep that in mind, okay? Next up, we have complete the mission taking less than 50% damage. And this can be a little tricky, all right? A lot of folks are just used to putting all the difficulty levels for contact missions or anything really on hard mode to maximize the payout and the RP. But for these particular missions, for the career progress, you can set the difficulty level to easy, and that does make a major difference, okay? Again, Armored Kuruma is going to be your best friend. Make sure your personal vehicles, like the Armored Kuruma, are spawned in before you start the mission. Now, if you use armor from the start of the actual mission, from the in-mission menu, you have to make sure that your green health, your actual health, stays above 75%. All right? Because it does count with that armor for that 50% damage. So keep that in mind. And in my opinion, I'd probably not even use the armor for this. I would just, check my actual health. And then, of course, go slow. Take your time. Use cover. You should be okay. Now, the last criteria, complete with over 80% accuracy. Again, this can be a little tricky, so keep in mind you can complete this by setting the difficulty level to easy. That may help out. And to put this 80% accuracy into perspective, every 10 shots, you can really only miss 2. All right, but you need 11 on target if you miss 2 to be over 80%. All right. And keep in mind, you can pass this challenge without even firing a shot because you start out with 100% accuracy. So that's where that active and then passive player strategy comes in. The two, or however many people are actually active and playing the objective, are doing all the work, while the other players can be sitting back and accomplishing these goals, and then you swap those roles later on. All right. Keep in mind, grenade launchers, RPGs, and throwables do not count towards the challenge, so you can use those and it will not affect your accuracy. However, things like the explosive Mark II sniper ammo, that will count for the accuracy because it's actual shots, and then your railgun, that will also count towards the accuracy, so you have to be very careful you don't miss any shots while using those weapons and ammo types. I also think it's a good idea to use semi-automatic weapons instead of the sniper rifles because it allows you to get more shots on the target before the NPC is dead, so it registers more shots and allows you to have more forgiveness if you do miss a shot. Basically, each NPC takes about 3 shots to drop them, so if you miss one shot, then you can take a couple of shots on an NPC and get that accuracy back up, whereas like a sniper rifle, it's not that easy. You don't have that same kind of forgiveness. Avoid shooting your weapon while others are using explosives because the camera shake will mess up your aim, so keep that in mind. It's definitely from personal experience. And then at the end of your mission, if you feel like you're not going to pass the accuracy, you can farm NPCs. So before the mission is completed, you can just drive around, get out of the vehicle, lock onto an NPC, put a couple of rounds in them. Just pay attention to how many rounds you may have missed, how many shots you've missed on target, and then go farm NPCs before the mission has expired. So keep that in mind. That does work as well, and that definitely helps out. So if you miss a couple of shots before the mission's over, just go to somewhere in the town, lock onto a couple of NPC targets and then just drop them, and that will help out with the accuracy. It's pretty cool. Definitely helps out. All right. So there you guys have it. Just some real simple, easy, general tips and tricks to help out with all the contact missions for this particular portion of the career progress. I love this. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool getting into it. I love the contact missions. So having something else to grind for is definitely been very satisfying. So I hope this helps out. Please, if you got anything else, leave them in the comments down below. Any other tips, tricks, hints, help out. This is a great community that we have here, and let's kind of keep that going and promote that. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel for the Ills and Rose content in the game. Smash that like button. See you guys in the next one. All right. Peace out. Yeah.